great job for this region. So we would like to assure him that we have realized and noted the development that has gone through in the region at his helm when he was in office. He was a man of the people with an open door policy. So whoever had an idea to develop the region was very much welcome to go to his office. Mm-hmm. We equally feel and believe Honorable Shikongo would take the same lead as Honorable Njala have done. So the ceremony which was held recently here to bid farewell to Honorable Governor bear testimony to that. So Honorable Governor, we really appreciate for your work. So there are a number of things that we can talk about, yes.
And what are those issues that are urgent to people of the region?
So Omusati region, very proud to have had Honorable Njala. There are a number of developments that have taken place under his rule. For example, there was an issue of the water canal to be closed. He have really worked very hard to make sure that he saved this thing not to happen, because he knows that water is a livelihood for everyone. Now, if you move along the canal, testimonies are there. The communities are busy. There are gardens, there are aquaculture. So, as we speak, we have even farmers who have their tomatoes in their fields, possibly without even the possible buyers, as per se. So, he have shaped this region to be where it is.
What are some of the challenges that the people of the region face?
Yeah, we have a number of challenges, including, among others, youth unemployment, but also to attest to that one is the lack of information dissemination. As we speak, very few people knows about what's transpired in Omusati. This is why many times you are hearing people saying there's nothing happening, because we lack information dissemination.
Okay. Given that people lack information, what do you feel are the real concerns of rural and urban communities, especially when you're saying, they don't understand what's happening, that's why they're saying nothing is happening. Do you think Namibians understand the role of regional councils, regional leadership? Do we hold them accountable? So how do we make people understand the important role of, for instance, the Office of the Governor and the link it has to the regional council? How do we make people understand and give them access to this information, especially at a community level?
Yeah, that's why I say we lack information dissemination. Mm-hmm. I hope I have followed the deliberation of the Honorable Governor when he went around the district to see our traditional leaders. So he mentioned that we need to tie hands, you see. So he also at one point asked the NDC to make sure that we have a satellite here in the region. Okay. That's very crucial for information dissemination.
So you think the governor's office has a key role in making sure that people are informed in the region?
Yeah.
Okay, so then talk to us about what your expectations are this morning from the State of the Region address.
So, as the new Honorable Governor is going to give the State of the Region address, I expect him to narrate what has transpired in the region during the reign of Honorable Njala. So, from the development that have been concluded and to what is still on the table for him to complete.
Okay, so
across sectors like education, health, and agriculture, and so on.
So to the residents of this region, how do you see the significance of the SORA? Does it contribute towards what you're saying, accounting? Is it an accountability mechanism? Is the SORA important for the residents of the Omusati region?
Very much.
How so?
In as much as we are here, it's not only Omusati residents that are currently watching. It's almost every Namibian who have access to this facility. So the State of Region address, just like the State of Nation address, is important in just way that people need to be informed, you see. They need to be given feedback. So there has been budget given to the region. The people need to know, how was this money put to use? Was it best spent, or it has gone to waste? So this is why the State of Region address is to give the community the feedback, so that this is what have been given over this particular term, and this is what we have used this money for.
So, in accounting, how would you compare this region with other regions in northern Namibia? How would you rate, when it comes to development, how would you rate Omusati's performance?
Yeah, Omusati performance in terms of comparing with other regions. So Omusati is a very vast region. Comparing to other regions, in terms of development, we are lagging behind. Therefore, we are urging our national leaders, as we speak, to at least look at our budget. And if you have to be fair enough, so look at other infrastructures in other regions, for example, road network, communication networks, hospitals. So there's a vast difference between our region and others. Even telephone, not telephone, but the electricity connections and water supply.
So then what are the key priority areas? Recently, the president obviously spoke about the National Development Plan 6, and she had highlighted various sectors. You alluded to agriculture, tourism, all of these earlier. So what are the priority sectors for the Omusati region when it comes to issues of development?
So I'd like the issue of youth unemployment to be addressed. So of course we have a few vocational training centers in the region, but I hope we need to boost them too. Yes, but then in addition to that, we need to synthesize our community. So this is mostly on information dissemination, the importance of key sectors. Nowadays, agriculture is the backbone of this country. And we can only be self-sufficient if our youth are properly encouraged to take a lead into this. We have facilities like the Tunda Irrigation Project. So I'm very proud to say I used to follow their production. It's a great team, thanks to Tunda. And we need to have that energy, and as well as I wish our honorable government to engage the stakeholders there, so that at least they open up for the youth. Because there's a lot of open plots there that need to be utilized.
Okay. You spoke a little bit about, how the new governor is coming into an office where the previous governor had done a lot of work, and you've acknowledged the succession that's taking place here. So how important is political will when it comes to turning, a lot of the times people say, oh no, we overpromise and sometimes underdeliver. So how important is political will to ensure that leadership, especially regional leadership, does not overpromise and underdeliver, but that we almost do the opposite, that we just promise and overdeliver? How do we get that right? How important is political will in that context?
So I've been following most of the State of Region address, not only from our region, but across the whole country. But as much as I knew all along, our honorable governor used to pledge. So we need more budget. So because the region is very fast, we need a lot of facilities here. If I can give an example, recently we held few events in the region. We had the Olufuko annual cultural festival. It is just being held in an open space, very dusty. We also recently held the Utapi circuit tournament. It was held in the same venue. So very few people can stay there. Because when it's windy, it's dust all over. We need infrastructure like sports facilities in the region. Please.
Have you noticed the trend in all of the SORAs that every governor has announced where sports facilities are going to be developed in the constituencies? So are you hoping that that will also be extended to the Omusati region?
I hope so.
Okay. Well, and lastly, tell us your impressions about the new governor. You've spoken so highly of the previous one. What do you think in terms of his leadership style can the people of the Omusati region expect?
So we've been with Honorable Shikongo for quite some time. So we served in many institutions. So he has been a good leader and he's still. So he is our inspiration. So we knew Mr. Shikongo as a hard worker, very hardworking, and he had an open door policy. When he was an honorable councillor for our constituency, I visited his office several times, just like I did with the former governor. So these are people whom we trust. They are going to take our region to great heights.
What's your message to his office?
Say it again?
What's your message to his office?
So the message to the honorable governor's office is that I would like him to keep up the principles of proper consultations, as he always done, to the grassroots, so that everyone's voice will be heard. Nobody should feel left out.
And I think from what you have said, you know, a lot of the times as residents, we almost outsource and make sure that the governor, that the president, that the councillors are responsible for our development. But as citizens, part of this Republic of Namibia, the people's country, how do we as people participate in development? What is your message to residents at the grassroots level, at the community level, in families where we see, for instance, violence, we see a high number of suicides that are happening? What is your message to Namibians and to the people, particularly the Omusati region? What is their role and responsibilities when it comes to the issues of development?
So the role of a community taking part in development, development is something that we should all take part into. It's not something that you should watch something to, I mean, you are watching something to accomplish or to complete. So when you talk about our region, it's a region of potentials, a lot of it. The land that we have, water which we have, we should utilize this one. When you talk of our youth, for example, these days, if we are to assist them, we have to emphasize mostly on agriculture. So we have communities that are living along the canal, and that is the main water source in our region. We should educate our people that we should not wait for the rain season. So when you see maize growing in that field, it means even in the other field it can just grow. So I think we need to engage the communities through our noble councillors, so that at least we see the greeneries in all the fields that are around or alongside the canal, and also to excavate earth ponds, because this is a region whereby water is just passing by. We are not making the most out of this water.
But the nature of particularly some of the 4O regions is that a large part of the land is communal land. I mean, if you're looking at, you know, for instance, just the name of the traditional authority in the Omusati region, we're speaking from the Ombanja traditional authority to the Ombalantu, Onganjera, Oshikauko, Ukwanyama, Ukwalongwakwadi, Ukwaluthi, Ukwambi, you know, the Vita Tom Royal House. So a lot of traditional authorities are administrating the land here. So what is the role of traditional authorities when you're speaking about agriculture, when you're speaking about unlocking these opportunities? How does the governor bring the traditional authority on board, bring the young people on board? What's the role of traditional authorities, given that there's so many in this particular region?
The role of the traditional authority in that regard is to give the rent rights to the people. to do the agricultural projects. So nowadays we have an issue of rice production. Inland aquaculture, we have a lot of Oshanas, even we are not in Oshana region, okay? So mind you, if you go to any Oshana, you find a lot of grass up to this height. What will that mean? That means that's a very fertile land for rice production. So if I may remember very well, there was a time that we were consulted on land. There was a conference on land. These people have come to the regions, and we were there in the Balantu traditional hall. Okay. So I once raised a point of, we have youth who want to engage in rice farming. And you know why do I raise this one is because mostly if you have Oshana areas, traditional authority, they are very hard to give the land rights to those people. Very, very hard. Now if you go out of this town, this side, there is a big Oshana there. I don't know how they were convinced to allow these people to put up their plots in there, but it's not an ideal place for them. So this is an ideal place for either inland aquaculture or rice production.
But that type of, say, local knowledge, how do you make sure when you have that local knowledge that it's given or that it's understood by traditional authority that plays such a key role? Because you can't have agriculture without land, and the traditional authority are administering the land. So how do we ensure, like you're saying, that the traditional authority is aware of the possibilities of what can be done with the land? Do you think more effort needs to be done, maybe from the office of the governor, in sensitizing the potential opportunities that are on this land that's administered by traditional authority? Should traditional authorities do better in providing these opportunities is really my question.
You may say that again?
Should traditional authorities be more involved in development when you're speaking about issues of agriculture, for instance?
Yes, they should. Because they are the ones that should now be informed, and so that they realize the potential that is there. So I know that most of our traditional authorities, they might not be aware that Oshana is a very fertile, it's a very suitable place for what I'm just saying, rice production. Recently there was a rice harvest at Shikongo. Unfortunately, I didn't make it today because I have something else to attend to. So that was a best platform. If we could synthesize the youth to go and observe what's going on.
Thank you, Namibia. I think they're getting ready inside for the State of the Region address that will be given by Governor Immanuel Shikongo this morning, coming to you live from Otapi. The message from Mr. Michael here, who is a resident and an advocate, is to make sure that development includes all the stakeholders, that the governor's office includes the regional council as well as the traditional authority, since most of this land is uncommunal. The national anthem is being sang. We'll cross over to the chambers for the SORA, coming to you live from the Omusati region.
Celebrate together the victories of our liberation. Let us dedicate ourselves to rise together to defend our liberty and unity. Oh, sons and daughters of Africa, fresh on the sun, let us make Africa the tree of life.
May we pray. Thank you, Lord. Otherwise, you will give us your mercy. We are come again in this chamber to special regional council meeting today. Therefore now, while we are ask you to be with us, guide us, protect us here, the small number representing large and the big number of this region. Also bless this LBC television who also give this message. May all here on Omusati and outside also to be with us through technology. We ask all this in the name of God, the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. May we take our seat, please? Thank you very much once more again. Honorable Immanuel Shikongo, our governor for our great Omusati region. Honorable Eginus Enjala, our former governor for our region. Honorable members, Mr. Gervasius Kashidi, Chief Regional Officer for our region. I've seen in the worship the mayor of our capital city of our region, Otapi, Solma Seno, and the other mayors present, for local authority, so to say. Mr. Ismail, or Commissioner Ismail Basson, Commander of the Namibian Police, responsible for our region. Tatekulu, Osvini Mukulu, Erengaletu enene, Oshtunda shetu shamba anu, Nopate wao aleli yetu pamsua kala mulimo. Directors, you can see the Director of Planning, the Director of Health, men who is responsible for our health in our region. Senior administrators in the sects in our region, religious leaders, everyone present. I would like to use this opportunity that notice hereby given for special regional council meeting for the state of region address in terms of section 11 subsection 1D and section 11 subsection 8A and D of the Regional Councils Act 1992 as amended. Read with Article 11A subsection 5 and 6 of the Constitution of the Republic of Namibia as amended. Public and Environment Health COVID-19 General Regulations published under Government Gazette number 91 of 30th April 2021 as amended to apply. Honorable members, at this juncture, that today is the 30th of July 2025, as I have indicated earlier by saying, today we have a special regional council meeting, that is OMRC/SR/2002/2025. And of course, we're supposed to start at 9 o'clock, but due to other circumstances, so we are starting at 10 o'clock. I think we're still fine. We all have received the agenda for today's meeting. I would like to use this opportunity to welcome Honorable Governor, Honorable former Governor, of course, Chief Regional Officer, yes, honorable members, and the entire staffs that I have saluted earlier. I was also informed that our former chairperson, that the founding chairperson, Honorable Shileka, and Honorable Njambi, they are also present here, our former councillors. We have ready to thank you that you came. That's now including the medias present, because very, very important people who are disseminating information to the public as to what's going on or what's happening. We have ready to thank you for your presence. And at this time, Janja, I would like to welcome everyone at this special Regional Council meeting. Feel welcome and feel that you are part of this house. With that, once more again, I thank you very much. Thank you. As I indicated earlier that we have the agenda for our special council meeting today, we move to item number 2 as per our agenda. That is the adoption of the agenda. Honorable members, may we adopt the agenda, please? I can see Honorable Hans Haikali, our regional councillor for Etai constituency. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. I stand to propose for the adoption of the agenda.
Thank you very much. Seconded by Honorable Simon Pietrus Shanika, regional councillor for Honest constituency. Thank you very much. Honorable members, we move to item number 3, application for leave of absence by members. Yes, there are honorable members who tendered their apology. That is Honorable Silvers Angala, our regional councillor for Anamlenge constituency. He's on sick leave. Honorable Ronald Shikulo, councillor for Okahao constituency and a member of parliament. Of course, there's no parliamentarian sessions, but he's a chairperson of standing committee. He's busy. Will not be able to be with us this morning. On the same note, Honorable Laurentia Makana Ipingen, regional councillor for Okalongo constituency. He also is with the standing committee. And Honorable Gerachini, also not in, but they are not in the sessions. They are only on duties. So, otherwise, looking to administrations, I think we are full. Very good. We move to item number 4, that is official announcements, statements, and communications. I've got a little, as I said or indicated earlier by saying today is a special council meeting, but if I've got 1 or 2 items that I would like to share with the House, so I'm going to do that. The first announcement that I would like to share with the House is that tomorrow in our region, we have 2 activities that will happen in our region, in 2 constituencies. That is, one will be at the Oshikoku constituency, and then that will be tomorrow. It's from 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, if I'm correct. Then the other one will be at Ruakana, again at the same time. And we are expecting our national leaders. For Shikupu, we are expecting our Honorable Minister for International Relations, while at Ruakana we are expecting the Minister of Agriculture. It's a groundbreaking ceremony for feedlot, and the Director General for National Planning Commission. That one. The other one that I would like to share with the House is that we have received a request for support and participation for regional engagement on social grants. That is from the Ministry of Finance. Honorable members, I believe you have received that. If it's not, copy is available. And that will be going through out the whole 122 constituencies between 21st July and 20th August 2025. The other one that I would like also to share with the House, this is about health. Of course, it's from the Ministry of Health through the Honorable Governor's Office, is the request for dissemination of information in the region for the introduction of human papilloma virus, HP, that is starting from the 4th to the 15th August 2025. So we should disseminate this information, honorable members, once the day starts. I also have received a request from the Office of the Honorable Governor. I hope you might have received. If it's not, it's a submission request for identification of youth from constituencies for a possible establishment of a youth agricultural cooperative in a tunda irrigation scheme. So means we are expecting each constituency to submit 3 youth members to the Honorable Governor's Office, and in total there will be 36 youth to be submitted to the Honorable Governor's Office, since they are all coming from 12 constituencies. So these are the few. Of course, Oshikuku, there will be also what is exhibitions, Expo. Yes, there will be a gala dinner on the 2nd, which is this coming Saturday. So we are invited, and we are ready to appreciate the Honorable Her Worship. She's always on the screen, and even is stating what, dress we must put on. Yes, green and the flower there. So that is what I have to share to the House. So with that, we move to the next item. Honorable members, dear administrators, we move to the item number 5, which is the main activity for today. That is the State of Region addressed by Honorable Immanuel Shikongo, Regional Governor of our great Omusati region. At this juncture, I would like to give the floor to our Honorable Governor. While I'm doing so, I would like to request for us to welcome him on the podium. May we please rise? And we give him big hand.
Thank you very much. We may be seated. Honorable Andreas Shintama, the chairperson of the Management Committee of Omusati Regional Council. Honorable members of Omusati Regional Council, dear special invited guest, Honorable Dr. Saki Kayone, the SWAPO Party Regional Coordinator, Honorable Elginus Enjala, the former governor, my senior here, Your Worship, Councillor Selma Asino, the Mayor of Utapi Town and the other mayors present, local authority councillors present, esteemed leaders of the traditional authorities, and I'm seeing many of you. I have seen Tatekuru Oswin Mukulu,
I have also seen my senior Tatekulu Mupia. I have seen a high delegation from Ukolongadi Traditional Authority there, Tatekulu Nandinoche and others, and many of you that I might not see, but you are there. Leaders of political parties, Mr. Gervasius Kashindi, the Chief Regional Officer of Omusati Regional Council, my senior brother here, Regional Commander of the Namibian Police, and that is in the name of Tate Bason, my senior brother, veterans of the liberation struggle, you are there, many of you, including former councillors, I'm seeing all of you there. Business community, I recognize many of you. I have seen Tate Tona there, Pena there, Peter Nambere, and many of you. Head of government institutions, senior government officials, my youth, and I have seen a lot of youth leaders there. Religious and spiritual leaders, members of public, media practitioners, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you very much. It is with great humility and profound gratitude that I stand before you as a new appointee, the regional governor of Omusati region. Today I am meeting with Omusati Regional Council to fulfill my constitutional mandate of addressing the Regional Council on the state of the region, planned activities of central government in the region, and the report on activity of the central government of the previous year in the region, as provided for by Article 110A, 5 and 6 of the Constitution of the Republic of Namibia. This is a historic day marking the beginning of my term as a 5th governor of Omusati region. At the onset, I would like to thank Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, the President of the Republic of Namibia, for entrusting me with the responsibility of being a regional governor of our region. I would like also to thank my predecessor, Honorable Elginus Njala here, and the other former governors of our region for laying a solid foundation for me to build on. Equally, I would like to thank the entire political leadership of our region and the 9 traditional authorities for their warm reception during my inception meetings and the continued support to the implementation of the development programs and the projects in the region. The 21st of March, 2025 has ushered in the 8th administration by SWAPO party under the leadership of Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, the President of the Republic of Namibia. As I address the Regional Council on the activity of the central government for 2024-2025 financial year in the region, I am mindful of the pronouncement of the President that our execution of our duty should not be business as usual. We must be guided by the recently launched 6th National Development Plan the SWAPO Party election manifesto and its implementation plans. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, regarding governance, Omusati region continues to enjoy the unity and the peace, stability. In this regard, I would like to thank our political and traditional authorities for their good cooperation and collaboration, as well as the notable effort by our security cluster in ensuring the maintenance of law and order in the region. I therefore extend my gratitude to the Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security. The construction of a modern police station at Oneleiwa in Etai constituency to a tune of 9.5 million and the rehabilitation of Okahao police station. Besides this achievement, it is worrisome that the region has recorded 34% increase in crime rate, with 475 cases reported in 2024-2025 compared to 354 in 2023-2024, whereby theft and assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm are topping the crime list. Likewise, the report on gender-based violence and suicide are alarming. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, on agriculture and water security, I am inspired by the saying that agriculture is the wisest pursuit because it will in the end contribute most to real wealth, good morals and happiness, and that water is life. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fishery, Water and Land Reform has made significant strides in investing in the development of water infrastructure, upgrading of green scheme, and the promotion of food security in the region. Anamlenge, Ruakana, Tsandi, Okahao constituencies, Ministry has drilled a total of 14 boreholes at a cost of 4.8 million. 9 of boreholes have been installed with solar pump systems in constituencies of Ruakana, Okahao, Tsandi, and Onesi at an amount of 5.5 million. 8 boreholes were rehabilitated in the constituencies of Ruakana, Okahao, Onesi, in collaboration with Community Conservation Fund of Namibia at a cost of 657,000. For the harvesting of rainwater, 2 earth dams were excavated in Elim and the Etai constituencies at the cost of 2.2 million. Onamatanga water supply project has been completed. The construction of Itapa Okeholongo Rural Water Supply Phase 2A has been handed over to the contractor. These projects will ensure access to water for human and livestock consumption in our rural areas. Furthermore, the Minister of Agriculture, Fishery, Water and Land Reform, in collaboration, is executing water supply projects for Omusati region and beyond such. Upgrading of Outapi water purification plant at an amount of 135 million. Upgrading of Rushanja purification plant at an amount of 120 million. Upgrading of Shikongo pump station at an amount of 40 million. Rehabilitation of Kalweke to Oshakati water canal at a cost of about 90 million is near completion. Replacement of water pipeline between Shikongo, Oshakati at the cost of 205 million. In the Central North Area Water Master Plan study to the tune of 35 million. On green schemes, a total of 230 hectares were put to underproduction at the Tunda irrigation scheme, yielding a total of 2,004 tons of maize valued at 13 million. A total of 28 small-scale farming plots and 8 medium-scale farming plots were availed for interested crop producers to participate in agricultural businesses activity at the scheme. I would like to applaud the Environmental Investment Fund for their complementary support to the horticultural production by funding the supply of agricultural materials and equipment, including 21 water tanks and 21 shade nets, installation of 3 boreholes, 50 fruit trees, assorted seeds, fertilizers, and office equipment, as well as the training to Nyekae Pumba Farmers Association in Ruakana constituency and the Onesi constituency to the tune of 3 million. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, with regard to food security, our founding president has taught us that a nation which cannot feed itself will never be respected. I am pleased to report that the Minister of Agriculture, Fishery, Water and Land Reform has supported over 600 farmers, mostly women, with the subsidies to the tune of 2.7 million toward the plowing services of over 5,252 hectares. Over 20 tons of improved seeds, over 21 tons of fertilizers, weeding services, grain storages, hammer mill, poultry value chain development, agricultural trainings, and extension services. Completed Okahao Veterinary Clinic, including the office and staff accommodation in Okahao constituency, has been completed at a cost of 12.2 million. Supported 32 small-scale fishermen and women with about 4,000 fingerlings and 26 tons of subsidized fish feed. Furthermore, the UNAM Ogongo campus contributed significantly to household food security and the poultry production by supplying a total of 4,360 breeding chickens to farmers in the region during the reporting period. The region has also witnessed an expansion of rice production project at UNAM Ogongo campus from 3 hectares to 4.5 hectares, which yielded a total of 15 tons of rice. Hello, Shiri. I would like to express my appreciation to Debmarine Namibia for their generous donation of a water pump and the pipes to boost the irrigation system, resulting in expansion of cultivated land to 7 hectares by end of 2025. The government continued to support efforts toward the conservation and the sustainable management of natural resources. In this regard, I would like to applaud the management of Sheashu Shona Conservancy, Ukwaluthi Conservancy, and the Ukolonkadhi Conservancy for generating a combined revenue of 468,000. The largest part of this money was distributed to the community. Can we also give a hand of applause to? Mostly that this fund were distributed to communities also. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, the sport industry plays a major economic role in nationally and globally. The government of the Republic of Namibia places sport among the 7 priority areas of development. In this regard, and maybe just to take you back, sport among the priority is number 2. We have it as number 2 in the top priority, in the 8 priorities of our government. May I now continue? Okahao Town Council has invested an amount of 7.6 million in the construction of sports stadium at Okahao Town Council. Avakwepo make Okahao. Okahao, they are ahead of us. So thank you very much, Okahao Town Council. Ruakana Town Council has invested an amount of 435,000 in the design of the structural plan for the sport facilities and the installation of a high master light at the sport facility. So, just like we did to Okahao, but for Ruakana we did not make it so big. Maybe we can repeat. So efforts are under being made to renovate the sport facilities of Mwala Senior Secondary Schools. I would also like to congratulate the promotion of community-based sport activity like the horse racing at Onamatanga and many others. So we were there at Onamatanga and I was so impressed. So we should really put effort together and we join Onamatanga together next year. Youth empowerment is another priority of our government. In an effort to reverse the effect of a higher rate of unemployment among the youth and to drive the economic development, 51 youth income generating activities were supported with materials and equipment to establish and run their business activities. 52 youth underwent a 6-month basic computer skills and fabric design training. 680 youth were provided with psychosocial and clinical support at the Utapi Youth Friendly Clinic. Over 1,500 youth were equipped with soft skills to help combat HIV, intimacy partners, violence, and other social challenges. The initiative was carried out with the support of USAID. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, let me turn to quality education and training. President Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa, once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Hence, our government prioritizes quality education and training by ensuring access to free education and vocational training at public institutions. During the period under review, the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sport, Art, and Culture, through August 26 construction CC, has constructed classroom blocks at 15 schools, including Ombathi Combined School, Kwandogo Combined School, Ovikange Combined School, and Ondeka Combined School at the cost of 30 million. Just give me some second. Furthermore, 45 trainees underwent training in basic tailoring. 617 adults were trained in dishwashing and perfume production, and 563 farmers in basic horticulture. I am proud to report that Omusati region has performed well in national examination for 2024. And listen to this. For the Namibia secondary school certificate at ordinary levels, the region was ranked 3rd, an improvement from 8th position in 2023. Vakwet Tazakwinya Datuana now ko number 3 from 8. For the Namibia secondary school certificate at advanced subsidiary level, we were ranked 2nd nationally and with 72.1% pass rate, maintaining a 2nd position since 2023. so we should still maintain or go to the highest. In the area of vocational education and training, Nakayale Vocational Training Center has introduced new full-time national qualification in transport, warehousing, and logistic, NQF level 2 to 5, and electronics, NQF level 2 to 4. Additionally, the welding and the metal fabrication programs, the clothing production program, and the diploma in electrical general have been approved and resourced to provide learning opportunities for employed students. The center has also expanded its blended distance learning program to include transport, warehousing, and the logistic diploma, NQF level 3 to 5. And I haven't seen the head of center today, who happened to be the new one, because the one we used to is no longer with, oh, but the colleague is there, Ateshinjara. Thank you very much. We are living in the era of climate change, and it is adverse consequences for the habitats and the livelihoods. During the period under review, the region experienced severe floods which affected a total of 33,060 learners and 1,239 teachers, and led to the closure of many schools and infrastructure damages. The region has also witnessed the flooding and the relocation of the whole village of Ochihitwa in Nonesi and the Ruakana constituencies. I would like to express my gratitude and appreciation to Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndeitwa, our President, for visiting the relocation site at Etunda and the humanitarian support. I would also like to thank the Office of the Prime Minister, the Namibian Defense Force, the Namibian Police Force, and all stakeholders for their support during the emergency situations of floods and drought. The flood vulnerabilities have caused the Office of the Regional Governor to prioritize the construction of access road to government institutions and service centers in the rural area, such as schools and the clinics. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, the creative industries is central to our responses to alleviate unemployment, poverty, and the inequality in our societies. It is imperative that government harnesses the talents of our youth and the people of Omusati region through art and the creative industries, and ensure that this industry is fully established throughout the region. Our local authorities are the engine of regional and local development. It is it is gratifying that they are working hard to create opportunities and improve the livelihood and the life experiences of their residents and the visitors. Okahao Town Council has renovated the old Okahao open market at the cost of $332,000 to create new marketing opportunities and experience for traders and the customers. Ruacana Town Council has enhanced security at its business park by improving the fence at the cost of $65,000. Indirect to Her Excellency, the President, a call for government entities to prioritize employment creation, particularly for the youth. Outapi Town Council has taken a decisive action to address both economic and environmental concerns. The council has hired 60 youth as casual laborers to clean the streets and the open market as part of its waste management services at the cost of $296,000. Akweto aikatewa momondoro patupandure nireo lemboro. Tangu maela ino tutatamo. Outapi Town Council has hired 16 youth to provide security services at open markets and Olufuko Festival Center to the value of $461,000. Oshikuku Town Council is constructing a restaurant at Oshikuku Cultural Heritage Center, Phase 4, to the tune of $4.9 million. Thank you to Oshikuku. Sandy Village Council, on the other hand, has invested an amount of $2.2 million in the construction of open market. I have seen them. Thank you very much. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, quality health and social welfare is critical to the well-being of our people. During the reporting period, the Ministry of Health and Social Services has, among others, constructed and inaugurated Oshikurufito Primary Health Care Clinic at the cost of $19.4 million. Tataho Kerimane, thank you very much. Thank you very much. He wanted really to be with us. It's only the issue of life. Greatly contributing to access to quality public health care in the region. Health facilities were also maintained and renovated for an amount of $539,000, and essential medical equipment was procured to the value of $3.8 million. Dr. Momo, my advisor. Besides these efforts, the Omusati region continued to experience malaria outbreak. A total of 3,755 positive cases were confirmed, and sadly, 17 deaths were also reported due to malaria complication. This is not a good news. This year, the Ministry of Health and Social Services will prioritize maternal and the neonatal health, increase access to primary health care, and the quality health care services. As per the Cabinet Directive, the Ministry will implement a universal health coverage policy. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, allow me to report on land, housing, and sanitation. Infrastructure is the backbone of economic growth as it improves access to basic services such as urban land, housing, water, and sanitation. I therefore agree with the saying that investment in infrastructure is a long-term requirement for growth and a long-term factor that will make growth sustainable. In this regard, I would like to report on the progress made in the provision of urban land, housing, and sanitation, mostly in our 5 local authorities, namely Outapi, Okahao, Ruakana, Shikongo, and Tsandi, as well as in the settlement area of Okalongo, Ogongo, and Onesi. Outapi Town Council has invested an amount of 6 million in the provision of consultancy services for land survey, for re-identification and the replacement of lost pegs on several plots at extension 12, Outapi Town, at the cost of 19,000. Surveying of 301 plots at Nakayale extension 12 and the remainder of Outapi Town at a cost of 527,000. Construction of water infrastructure at Outapi extension 6, 12, 13, 18, and Nakayale extension 2 at the cost of 3.4 million. Upgrading of an existing gravel road to a bitumen standard at extension 5 on Nimbu location at a cost of 1.8 million. And I believe the mayor knows why I'm laughing. Yeah. This road took so long. Next time the colleague should improve. But thank you very much. Thank you very much. Graveling of roads and the construction of culvert at extension 15 at the cost of 299,000. Okahao Town Council has invested an amount of 47 million in the provision of electrical articulation and the street lighting services to 5011 in Okahao extension 13 for ultra and low-income earners under the decentralized Build Together program at the cost of 1.5 million. Upgrading of Fidel Castro Street, phase 2 from gravel to bitumen standard at a cost of 1.4 million. Construction of water reticulation and the gravel road in Kashenda extension 3, Okahao Town at the cost of 1.6 million. Construction of wastewater treatment plant phase 1 at Okahao Town at the cost of 35 million. Construction of Okahao Town Council Office Extension Phase 2 at an amount of 7.8 million. Ruakana Town Council has invested an amount of 16.7 million in the surveying of informal settlement in Ruakana town to the tune of 2 million. Construction of sewer services at new extension for 104 Elven to the tune of 4 million. Establishment of new township in Ruakana town involved compensation of landowners to the cost of 9 million. Designing of services for the new extension in Ruakana town at an amount of 1.5 million. Designing of additional bungalow to the tune of 235,000. Road maintenance in Ruakana town to the tune of 1.4 million. Oshikuku Town Council has invested an amount of 17.5 million in the construction of services, infrastructure services, and this is sewer, oxidation ponds, road, stormwater channels at an amount of 16.6 million. Construction of the new Oshikuku Pumping Kra to the tune of 169,000. Construction of 10 low-cost houses under the decentralized Build Together program at the cost of 718,000. Sandy Village Council, in collaboration with Road Fund Administration, has invested an amount of 265,000 in the maintenance of road at extension 2 in the Muguru-Wambashe Road. Yeah, this is my previous employer. Omusati Regional Council has invested an amount of 18.3 million in the construction of services, infrastructure service, and this is water, road, and sewer in Onanjaba Village Council at the cost of 12 million. Onanjaba Village Council is our recently proclaimed new local authority, which will hold its first local authority election in November this year. Congratulations to Omusati Regional Council. Congratulations to Omusati Regional Council for a job well done. I call on residents of Onanjaba Village to prepare for the elections and ensure that they pay their bills to ensure that they will start on a strong financial foundation. And for those that came from Okalongo, understand this, I believe. It's a good thing to be a town, but it requires strong leaders and strong decisions for you to thrive. Construction of Onanjaba Village Council Office Phase 1 at the cost of 3.7 million. Construction of services, infrastructure services in Onesi settlement at the cost of 1.4 million. Construction of 15 low-cost houses under decentralized Build Together program in Onanjaba Village, and in Onanjaba is 5 houses, Ogongo 5 houses, Onesi also is 5 houses at a cost of 1.2 million. In addition, Omusati Regional Council has constructed a total of 100 133 pit retrain pit retrain for the rural community at the cost of 2.7 million, creating a total of 48 temporary jobs. The Ministry of Industry, Mines and Energy, in collaboration with NORAD, has invested an amount of 3.8 million in electrification of Extension 12 at Sandy Village Council. While Omfituwelo Primary School and the surrounding localities were also electrified to the tune of 1.9 million. The ministry is also working on the electrification of schools at Nangula, Okateithi, Amaupa, Oshithashembugu, and Otanda at the cost of 15 million. The plan for construction of off-grid electricity at Itapa, Utsathima, and Onamatanga villages at the cost of 21.1 million for the period 2025-2026 financial year is at an advanced stage. That area is my favorite. As we record progress in the implementation of development projects, it is disheartening that the implementation of some projects is still at a low pace, such as the upgrading of Epalela Onesi Sandy Road, the construction of Utapi Sport Complex, the construction of regional offices for the Directorate of Education, the construction of informal market at Okalongo settlement, to mention but a few. Dear colleagues, seriously, we appreciate the initiative of this project, but the pace at which we are running is so slow. O enjira vino twe vipumbu asimane kwa ndero ilongota ende kashona ukaparo twe katerere fimbwereka marini mota ende kashona anu me community monota lili nde bape inekero inakuanifwa na tumbwa gure yange no tukwafero shwana. I would like to thank the administrators from all offices, ministries, regional councils, and the local authority for coordinating the implementation of development plans, and at the same time echo the sentiment of our president in urging public servants to redouble their efforts in implementing government programs and projects. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, as I conclude my statement, I would like to emphasize on the implementation of all development initiatives which are aimed to grow the regional economy and improve the livelihoods and the living standards of our people. I therefore call for the full involvement of all stakeholders, particularly offices, ministries, agencies, Omusati Regional Council, and all local authorities to ensure timely execution, timely monitoring, and the reporting on the implementation of the government programs and the projects, which are promoting good governance through formulation and implementation of coherent development and the modernization plans, provision of required resources, and support law enforcement initiatives against corruption and other social evils. Colleagues here, we have cars stolen in Utapi going to Angola under our watch. E how to tavizike mutapi muno utangi Botswana uka kwa Angola. Marakapena yengwe umona. Oimunota ihe yakwa igeta ihingwa ige kombiga njino oke hambo no biga njino okonesi ya uka kwa Angola. Under our watch. Na tukwafere no policy. Na tukale niko kule no ini mambita inu poshiwana. Opoige tukwashiri pare uchoshwana shetu shino mbili. Meanwhile, we have to ensure that those borders are clean enough so that the person who is in Omahenene border post should see what is happening at Okaparerona. Udike makapatengeno kaela. Yes. Saiko Afrika mama kapatenga ha ote da nyashi nyenge ko mwero akasamani. By that you reduce the crime rate. Colleagues, we have to do it together. Not only through Tate Bason and the team, it should be the effort of everyone among us here. Construction of sport complex category 3 in Utapi and the basic sport facility in all 12 constituencies. The Utapi sport complex is long overdue and it causes frustration among our youth. Yeah, colleagues here, Otapandura Shiro initiative yo kapare ketuhano kakuro tukawete ndishi okalongerwe nga mutu kwaturwa shimanya tuti face 1 ndera apindire no shimashi shakwate fimbo aunjuka yetu otapuro kapare hano ndere ashipulaike line ministries and all of us to be together opoyo kapare hano kakale kapwa so onjovia unjuka njino ikale ya realizing. So expansion of Nakayale Vocational Training Center and the effort to attract other institutions of higher learning such as NAST, IUM, UNAM with extended faculties and other more to the region to empower youth through knowledge and skill development projects. Promotion of agro-processing initiative aimed to develop the agriculture value chain in the region. The launch of 1,000 cattle standing capacity feedlot and the related infrastructure at the Tunda irrigation scheme, which will be launched tomorrow, the 31st of July 2025. This is a move in the direction. Ya mamutu nandiro kifengano mito ndimu hiya asimane kwa. Otuna ehara lianjwa moshitopo rwashe Tunda. Opopa katurwe o feedlota yoina mwenyo epe ni unene tu yengobe. Tateta hapo piyota vuru kushikwa shiripareka na wapenya. Na pie ni tuke ya joiningeni. Opoike tukwa shiripareke ni kutia o apendere pa mwene fimbo. Unene tu nyatu pumbwa okuturu imuna yetu mo market yoponji wa Shikongo. Very important, upgrading of Etaka Uvudhia water canal through strategic funding and the Development Initiative. Oshiri apindire otuli pamwe ne pangero mamaviraviro yetu makwatafano yetu na tate Nehemia ko Namuota okwa appointigwa nalo komiti yokutala onghalo nje hatuti terms of reference opoku kongwe company vyaviningi omapeka nga hatuti feasibility studies kutalo kanala ho kutoke no uleka ufike peni ake tupula ingapi oshike shapumbu apopoka kale kelinawa kwatali wake ngalo vayolo kafana ndo pahalange no kanala hano kakale kalongwa opoka kwa fere iwana yetu omea yo inamwenyo omea yo mange shefero no mea yetu onge anu tuikwafe kusemwene muilonga yetu yokoma umbo fimboke. Therefore let us all be together mo shinimahino opotu kwa shiripare ucha all is well. We will also embark on expansion of rainwater harvesting project to construct strategic water reservoirs, excavating earth dams, and rehabilitating traditional wells. Construction of services infrastructure in urban area and the rural areas, including access roads leading to schools, clinic, and other vital public service centers. Promotion of ecotourism's potentials of the regions, including the development of Ruakana waterfall, upgrading of Omuguru Wombashe Shrine and the Heritage Center, the opening of Ochivarunda Gate to Etosha National Park for a direct tourist route to the region. And finally, I would like to thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I would like to thank you, Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me, and at the same time, I want to reassure you of my commitment and the collaboration to take the development of our region forward. As envisaged in our national development plans and the SWAPO Party manifesto implementation plans. I wish you, Honorable Chairperson, and the entire Regional Council a fruitful year ahead. Thank you very much. Muito obrigado. Tangu nene.
Thank you very much, Honorable Governor, for giving the State of the Regional address to our region.
Koina kwa karashine konima kwa karongo shondumento Koina kwa karashine kondumbu ya noka nonungwa Nondemu telango teau kambombo hande kirumbwa Nondemu telango teau kwato kambombo hande kirumbwa Epongwe kwetu yombi konjendi tuwasiku ya Ebongoli tuwawe konjendi tuwasiku yende Aiwa wazi, aiwa wae wonjemu Aiwa Nitejo kankako kambongo tande kirungwa. Oye la sindikirija tifenje mumapare. Tifenje mumapare. Omi hongo ya mvura. Omi hongo ya mvura ya kwetu mumunduma ya kambonde. Palo shife munuke. Onda kondo mronga ndai. Teka mamo kavio kanele kashili.
Well, maybe there you have it. That was the speech of the governor of the Omusati region, Immanuel Shikongo, telling us what's been happening in terms of development here in the region. I think some of the key things that stuck out to me was when he essentially quoted the founding father, the late Sam Shafushina Nyoma, speaking about a nation that is unable to feed itself can never respect itself. So the issue of food security is very high on the governor's speech this morning. Earlier on in our pre-analysis, we were joined by a community activist, that is Mr. Michael, who was talking to us about the essential need, for instance, agriculture becoming a priority, and how rice can be planted around the Oshanas, and how that's more strategic from a town planning perspective or from a regional council perspective, rather than, for instance, building housing on there. There's many features of the speech that we will be looking at as we do our post-analysis. Mr. Michael, thank you for coming back. You've heard the governor speak. How do you feel? What are your impressions now that he has delivered his maiden speech?
Thank you very much, and I should applaud the Honorable Governor for the very great speech. I hope everyone is smiling because we have heard the feedback. So you have heard what has transpired during the financial year and what has been achieved and what is still outstanding. And if I can just highlight some of the things that he mentioned. He emphasized the importance of agriculture, how much has been achieved in terms of agriculture, how many boreholes were drilled, at least to secure water. We are also informed that the Omusati region have now got the state-of-art facility for water purification. So the importance of the conservation areas, so in our region, and how much they contribute to our local economy, and especially that this funds go directly to the communities. So the education sector, he have quoted the very strong man, His Excellency Nelson Mandela, who mentioned that education is the most important tool which you can use to change the world. So we would like our government to embrace and take our education seriously by providing enough teaching and learning resources to our kids, especially textbooks. We are in short of these ones. We are in the era of digital technology. I wish they can at least look at the provision of devices like smart boards or smart TVs in school, internet connectivity, so that when our kids are learning, they will see and even explore. So other things are including access routes to schools. So this is one of the concerns that I was also given as I have consulted the community. Thank you that they are picking up that we have put this across to the national leaders so that our calls or our demands are going to be realized. The local authorities are the engines of our local economy. So we expect them to perform to the best of their ability and provide the necessary service to our people. So it's a sad news that we have lost our fellows due to the increase in number of malaria cases. I think awareness needs to be done to our communities, and also protective measures should be put in place. So the expansion of our vocational training centers like Nakayale, the introduction of new courses, our youth need to be synthesized so that they understand the importance of vocational training center, so that they can also take.
But as a community activist, you know, a lot of the times in a democracy, particularly when we're speaking about decentralization,
yes,
part of the responsibility of citizens is not, for instance, just to participate in elections, but to participate in development issues as well.
Yes.
And a lot of Namibians don't show up for regional council and local authority elections, but we show up in huge numbers for national elections. Do we understand the role of local governments, like you are saying, of regional councils, so that we can participate in these processes, whether it's elections or whether it's development processes? How do we as Namibians understand the significance of regional councils and local authorities? Because you just said they are the engines of our development, but I don't think we make that connection. How can we as communities, as citizens, make that connection?
Okay. I think this should go through to ECN to take up this role to create awareness. So we really lack information when it comes to the elections. So we have voters apathy. People are not showing up, mostly, like Joshua have said. And mostly also the
people are showing up for national elections, but they're not showing up for regional elections.
They don't see the difference. I mean, sometimes they say we just recently voted. What else? So people need to be informed as what is meant by local authority elections and the one that they have just passed. Okay. See, they don't see that difference.
That's a very interesting point. So, Mr. Michael, what is the way forward after the SORA for the Omusati region, for the residents of, whether it is Otapi as a town, but there's other towns like Ruakana, Tsandi, Okahao. What can these people look forward to? What is the way forward for the residents of this region after the SORA?
I think we should heed the call of our Honorable Governor. He have hit the ground running. He said he emphasized on the full involvement of all the stakeholders, and that is all of us. The central government should also hear our call. So, rather, I should also mention that we are also proud to hear the Etaka over their expansion canal that is going to provide water to our people there, as well as the excavation of earth dam so that we can harvest this water which is just passing by without getting any benefit from them. So I really appreciate, and I also have to give my appreciation for the Office of Honorable Governor through the Regional Council for identifying us to be some of the panelists in this discussion.
Okay.
So,
final words to the residents of the Omusati region, people who are listening to you, they might not have been here. What are you taking away with you today as you walk away from the maiden speech given by the governor here in the chambers?
So I have to tell them, so please feel free that you are in good hands. We can just tell from the speech, and as we know, our Honorable Governor is a hard-working somebody. So things will be falling in place. Okay. So as long as we cooperate and the proper consultation is done up to the grassroots level, so nobody will feel left out.
Thank you very much for making time out for our post analysis. There you have it, Namibia. That is Mr. Michael, a community resident here who obviously cares about the status of development in the region. He says, listening to the governor's speech, made him learn about the developments, but also gives him hope in terms of what he was suggesting the priorities should be. So there seems to be alignment between the residents here and the governor in terms of how they can coordinate a better development context for the people of this region. We'll be back with another interview, and we want to hear the reactions from community members here on our post-analysis. Stay with us. We are coming to you live from the Omusati region. The regional capital is Otapi, and if you don't know, this region has 316,000 671 residents according to the latest census. We're speaking about 12 constituencies and a myriad of traditional authorities that administer a large part of the land here, which is under the jurisdiction of them, as it's classified as communal land. The landmarks in the region, there are beautiful baobab trees throughout the region as you're driving out, but they're obviously known for the Ruakana waterfalls there, as well as in terms of the liberation struggle. 1966, the armed struggle has started in the region. Ngulumbashe is within the region, and it was a central place for the coordination against the fight against apartheid and for our freedom. So a historically significant region. They constitute about 10.5% of the Namibian population. Now I'm joined by Mr. Edward, who's also listening to the governor's speech this morning. He comes from the community, and what we want from the SORA is community members and their reactions to what the governor has said. Good morning, Mr. Edward, and thank you for joining us here in our post-analysis.
Good morning, Mr. May.
Please tell us, just to start off with, what did you think about the governor's speech this morning in his SORA address?
Okay, thank you very much. I'm here, the governor speaking very well. We are happy for his speaking. We are very, very, very happy. Then we understand what is the governor say. But no, I want to say, everything the government is talking, it is okay. But next time, the government, they must take his feet and go and see property, and from there he know that what is there. Like the canal, the community needed, and the vocation. The government, the next time he must go and see what is there, what is the people say, what is we need from the community. Then from there, he know that what is there.
That's interesting. A very good suggestion in terms of governors being directly linked to the grassroots, to their communities, to their people, and not necessarily always just depending on the information that comes from regional councils and such. So it's very interesting that is the recommendations. How do you think people of the region are feeling this morning after they heard the governor speak?
The people, they're feeling very well, and we love the governor. But no, maybe the people from the community, they wanted to see the new governor. Yeah.
And what would you say, as you're a chairperson within the community, Extension 16, what are your concerns as residents? What are the issues that resonate in the hearts of the community that are urgent for their dignity when it comes to their lives and their livelihoods? What's urgent to your community in this region?
My community, they need something. Yeah, but we are lacking the officer. They cannot even come to us to listen to us. We need them to come and listen to us. We the chairperson or that people, we have a responsibility to taking their problem for our community. No, we must calling that office. They come to listening to our people. Our people, they must are helping for them. They are not helping for them if they are not coming for them. Okay. Yeah.
Your closing remarks. What's your message to the governor?
Yeah, I give the message from the governor. From now, the governor, we want him to come for us, all of us, our community. They must come to us and listening our problem. Then we very, very, very to be happy for them and building our country, all of us together.
Mr. Edward, thank you very much for making time out this morning, giving us your insights.
Okay, thank you.
Well, there you have it. Maybe we are getting diverse perspectives in terms of what's happening in the country with regards to the SORA that was addressed by the governor, Mr. Immanuel Shikongo. Obviously, the suggestions from the community members is that they need consultation, that they need to speak directly and have direct access to to the office of the governor. When we come back, we do our last interview. We're telling you, we want to hear what the people of the Omusati region are saying. It is the Omusati Youth Forum's chairperson. Stay with us.
Koina kwa karashine konima kwa karongo shondumento Koina kwa karashine kondumbu ya noka nonimba Mondemu tilangotea kambombwa hande kirumbwa Mondemu tilangotea mkwetu.
We are coming to you live from Otapi, the regional capital of Omusati, a region where the SORA was just delivered, and this is our post-analysis. We are now speaking to Raquel Ashivudi, who is the chairperson of the Omusati Regional Youth Forum. Namibia's population, 70% are younger than 35, so no national development conversation can happen without young people. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Ms. Raquel. Tell me, how are you feeling now that you've heard the governor speak?
Well, thank you very much for the platform. I will appreciate for this one. I would like to thank this event that's happening today, and I feel proud for our governors, who is my senior. He was the chairperson for Omusati. He's my former chairperson. And I'm happy for all the development that he spoke.
As a young person, what are your concerns? What are you worried about? What are not just you, but other young people from the region? What pains them when it comes to their lives and their livelihoods?
The most challenge is unemployment, and skill for the training. Like the most youth here, they want manufacturing here. At least to have something that is manufacturing, so the region have something to manufacture. This can create more employment in the youth.
Other young people, I mean, the president yesterday, she was speaking at the opening of the Enana Trade Fair, and she said there's a fund worth about $250 million that's going to be launched, and each region must benefit. Are young people in this region, yes, some are ready to be employed, but are some ready to become employers, access that fund? Are they going to utilize it? Talk to us about how young people in this region identify and utilize opportunities that are created by central government, for instance. Are they aware of these opportunities?
Yes, they are aware of this opportunity, and we are ready to use this opportunity as a young people. In terms of agriculture, we have the sources, like we have a tunda, and we have that canal pass by. I think we can use that for food security in the region. And
yeah, there's a suggestion here that a lot of people in the region don't have access to information. How does your youth forum help address that issue of access to information? We know that there's opportunities at a national level, many of them. We know that there's opportunities at a regional council level. So, for instance, the Environmental Investment Fund, had grants for communities for climate resilience and building resilient communities. How does the youth forum help people access information so that they can increase the number of opportunities in their lives?
As the office of the regional chairperson, we share information in different platforms. In the region, we have 12 constituencies, where each constituency is having the chairperson and its managed in each constituency. So we have a WhatsApp group where we can share all the information. We can also have a good communication with the honorable councillor in all constituencies, so that we give information at the same time. The councillor share the information to the villages and community. And for those ones that they don't have smartphone, we also have our Omusati MICT, whereby we use also that platform as the youth to share information. We also use radio. We also, as an NBC is the most one that we use mostly. NBC also have that program for the free sharing of information for the youth.
What's your message to young people that have lost hope? Where they're like, oh, you continue to speak as governors, you continue to make this effort as government, but we've lost hope. What's your message to them? How do they, refine hope? How do they ensure that they participate in our democracy? What's your message to them as a leader?
The message to the fellow youth is they must not lose hope. This is their leadership, so let's work together. If there is something in the region, we must share that information. Let us communicate and address that in the manner that we normally used to address in the region.
Now that you've heard the SORA and you know the plight of young people, what do you envision is the role of the Office of the Governor in addressing these challenges that you're speaking about? What is the relationship between the Governor's office and young people? What should it be like?
There is a good relationship in the Office of the Governor because whatever we need as a youth, we always come to the Office of the Governor. We are welcome to use the Office of the Governor, and we get all the support from the Governor.
Last closing remarks, message to young people and maybe to the Office of the Governor. What's your message?
To the message to the fellow youth is let's work hard. Fellow youth, let's study so that we get different skills to improve our economy in our region and in the nation at large.
Thank you very much, Ms. Raquel, for coming out and sharing those sentiments here with us.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it, Namibia. You've heard the voices of young people that are very important, since 70% of our population is younger than the age of 35, so we cannot have a national dialogue without involving the perspectives of young people. We are also thanking the governor for coming out this morning and giving us a comprehensive speech about the status of development here in the region. I want to quote with what he said about the agricultural sector when he said, "I'm inspired by saying that agriculture is our wisest pursuit because it will in the end contribute most to real wealth, good morals and happiness, and that water is life." I think that is the attitude that we need from our leaders, understanding that people and Namibians essentially are looking for dignity in terms of their lives and livelihoods. Namibia, we are bringing you these SORAs so that we understand the significant role of subnational governance, particularly when it comes to regional councils and local authorities. We've seen a trend in the past that Namibians maybe don't understand the difference between central government and these subnational governance. So NBC and our platforms are sending a message that SORA is here to make sure that we participate in our own development. That's all the time we had Friday morning. We will be coming from the Oshana region. Please join us again during Good Morning Namibia, as well as the pre-analysis during the SORA, as well as the post-analysis. Namibia, we're almost done with the SORAs. It's been a pleasure to be in your presence until Friday morning. From myself, Patrick Sam, and the entire team that's traveling the country to make sure that you have the latest updated information here on our channels. It's a goodbye.
This is NBC1. It's ours.